Hey friends, welcome to another Flosstube. This is Flosstube number 70 something. 72, 3, 4, something like that. The description will be right. Y'all know me better than that to think that I can remember all of that stuff before I hit the record button. I hope that you are doing good. We have made it to the end of May 2026. Can you believe that we're already halfway through almost this year? I cannot believe it. Time is flying. It is crazy. I think majority of folks are out of school. My boys are fixing to do their integrate testing. I homeschool them. So we're not quite out yet, but we will be soon. We had a lot of vacation weeks this year, so we're having to run a little bit longer, but I think the majority of folks are out of school. And all those teachers are going to get to enjoy their summer stitching and spending time with friends. I have got just a couple of projects to show today. I have got a tiny bit of haul. The last couple of weeks have been really busy. I did attend the virtual spring Mingle retreat, so I want to talk about that a little bit. And then I will show you the projects that I did work on. I worked on fewer this time because I had some progress I had to get made up, and I'm really tickled with the progress that I've got, but I just didn't get to work on as many projects. But that's okay. I had a great time stitching. So a little bit about Spring Mingle. I had never done a virtual retreat before. Didn't really know what to expect, but I was very pleasantly surprised. I did not buy anything online. I got the free pattern, but I just didn't really see anything that tickled my fancy. There was a fabric that I wanted, but it got sold out before I could purchase it. But there was a lot of great stuff. I'm not a big spring stitcher. I don't know why. I just never have been. I kind of skip right over from like Valentine's Day, Easter, straight into summer, and then straight into fall and Christmas. But it was really cool. It had a neat shopping experience. I didn't know what to expect. And then there was all these different virtual rooms that you could go in and stitch with people. And that was my absolute favorite part. I had marked to go to the different speaking engagements, but I just I didn't make it to any of them. They were recorded and they may still be available for me to go back and watch, but I just really enjoyed the stitching rooms. It was very, I don't know, it was really neat because you still had that, sitting around talking, laughing. The only thing that was different about it is you never knew when somebody was going to pop into the room. And usually if you're like in an in-person retreat, you can see somebody coming. But it was still cool. Got to meet new folks I had never met before. Got a stitch along planned with some of the folks, but it was a good time. Got to spend time with Cindy that I got to hang out with at Stitch West in April, so that was a lot of fun. Got to catch up with Kim from South Carolina. I hadn't got to see her in a hot minute, but got to stitch with her and chat for a little bit. I met Chris, the Eeyore stitcher, and Laura with Laura's Craft Room. I'll link folks below so that you can check that out. But it was fun. I mean, and then folks, come and went, and got to talk to some folks was thinking about starting a Flosstube, folks that had just started a Flosstube, folks that had been doing Flosstube for a long time. So it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And one of the new things is they kept the stitching rooms open after the event. So I was able to go back in and hang out and stitch a couple of days even after the event. And it's my understanding that that is something new that they've not done before. But I will definitely sign up for the, Jingle Ball or something like that. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I also I've kind of been on the fence, I'd say. I had an opportunity or an invitation to go to a cross-stitch retreat in South Carolina in November, but I couldn't decide if I wanted to do that or go to Stitch West. And I've decided I want to go back to Stitch West. I had so much fun. I've paid my invoice, already been looking at my flights and stuff like that, got my time off of work. So I'm ready to go back to Stitch West. Emily Call is going to be there, and it's going to be there in Salt Lake City. So we won't have the train ride up to Ogden, but I thought if Shepherd's Bush is open, I will take that train ride because it was so much fun. And I love Shepherd's Bush. Fantastic store. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've got several Stitchy events. I've got the retreat in July to go to and all, but anyway, looking forward to it. You know how it is. You get one, you attend one, and then you're planning your next one. Okay, stitch in progress, and then I've only got a little bit of a haul, but we are going to be doing a stitch along for anybody that wants to join us. So stay tuned to see that closer to the end. I have been working hot and heavy on 4th of July prior to these last 2 weeks. So I've just worked on a couple of them a little bit. I had to take a pause. I've got pretty caught up on another project, and that was very important to me. So I will get further on these before I need to get them finished. But this is Liberty by Samplers and Primitives. And this is not a big project, y'all. I mean, this is not a big project, but I finished the bird. I can't remember if I had these done or not. I did put this in, and I started on Liberty up here. But, I mean, y'all look. This is so close to a finish. I should have just finished it. Because I literally just have to put the white, the blue, the pole, one more star, and finish out the word Liberty. And it's done. Like, really. Really. So, I will have this one on my list to get finished ASAP. And then this next one, I cannot remember if I've worked on it or not. So, I'm going to show it to you. It may be the exact same place that you've seen last time. I don't remember. I think it may be the same place it is. Let me see. Yes, it is. Because I had stitched some of this white and took it back out. But yeah, so never mind on that one. But, so let me put this one up. So I didn't stitch but on 3 projects in the last 2 weeks. That's all right. That's all right. Okay, so the next one I stitched on is Daisy Hill. This was our Stitch West project that we got in our kit. I love this little piece, but here's the flyer. Did I just flash out the pattern? If I did, I didn't mean to. But this is Daisy Hill by Summerhouse Stitchworks. And it has got some Smyrna crosses on the bottom of it. So I put the white of the daisy petals and then these flowers right here. All of the yellow flowers. And I finished out, I don't think I've showed it to you since I got all of this darker green in. But I like to outline the whole shape and then go in and put the things that will, you know, that need to be in there. And then I just go crazy filling in. So this one's a lot of fun. There are several of us from Stitch West are getting this one stitched and completed before we go back in November. First weekend in November. So I stitched on that one some last night. And then the last one, I know that it's very few projects, but I am so happy with the progress that I have got done on this one. This is my Log Cabin Christmas series. It is a series of 12. This is the sketch of what it will look like. No, it's not. It's 12. Yeah, that's what I said. Anyway, sorry. So I'm doing this stitch along with Fat Quarter Shop. I've got so much done. I'm so proud of myself. I hope y'all are proud of me. I hope y'all are proud of me too. Look, I got it caught up almost. So I had, when I showed it to you last time, I had these trees in the border, but everything else on this block I've got finished up. And then I did this whole entire block. And then I started on this middle block. The middle block was supposed to be completed. I'll show it with this behind it so it ain't see-through. So there's that one. So essentially this was 2 mini finishes. But, you know, that's being a little bit ambitious, right? I think this one is so cute. I love it. But this middle block here is the May block. And I've got today and tomorrow to get it done. And then this next block is June. So there is still hope for me to get this finished up in the next couple of days. This one is a crazy piece because it is basically full coverage. So all of this dark color every bit of that is stitched. So it's going to be a lot of stitching. But I'm going to try my best to get it done. Try my best. Because then the next one for June, I thought about, you know, even if I have to stitch on it with the June piece, this is June's. So, I mean, them trees ain't no joke either, though. But yeah. This is a lot of fun. They're small pieces. They're not, but 63 stitches square. But there is a lot of stitches in that little square. So, but I am so proud of myself. I got it caught up, y'all. Got it caught up that far. Anyway. So, I'm really determined to keep up with this stitch along. And then the next one that I'm showing you. So, that is all I got stitched on in the last 2 weeks. I've been going through a lot of training for work and been really busy with that. So, when I get home in the afternoon, it's been crazy. My son got a new vehicle, so we've been truck shopping for him. And then, of course, you know, after work, going and making that purchase. And so it's been crazy. I ain't had a lot of time. Okay, now for the stitch along. This is a piece that I'm trying to look it up. The Eeyore Stitcher, Chris, the Eeyore Stitcher, had said that she really wanted to stitch. And I had never seen it. Hopefully I can show it to you before my iPad dies. I want to show it really, really fast. It is a Hands Across the Sea sampler. It was stitched by a 4-year-old. Really quick. Yay, it lasted. Stitched by a 4-year-old. See, it died. But they say that with them being so young stitching, that it usually wasn't them that stitched the whole thing. That it was usually like a parent, aunt, grandparent, sister that was teaching them hand over hand, or would take it and stitch a little bit on it and then give it back to the child. But is that not cool? A 4-year-old was stitching? That is nuts. So I got my fabric for that. We are waiting on, Laura is in Canada, and we're waiting on her to get her silks. So we've not determined a start date yet. So you guys have got time to get this. 123 Stitch has got the silks. I had went in and had put everything in my cart, and I swore I hit submit. And when I was looking, everybody else was saying that they had either got theirs or had got notification, and I hadn't. I went in looking, and apparently I didn't hit submit. So I had to go purchase the PDF pattern, and I went and picked up my silks and my fabric today from Sassy Jack's Stitchery, which is my local LNS here in Asheville, North Carolina. So my fabric is Luca by Fox and Rabbit. It is a 36 count, but it is a very light pink. It's kind of this is showing up really, really dark. Let me see. Let me put this beside of it. See if it makes it tone down a little bit. Not too bad. Well, it's not quite. Guys, hang on. Let me try to change this color of this light. Maybe that's a little bit better. It's almost this color in the places that don't have the pink in it. It's so pretty. I'm trying to make sure it. Let me see if it shows up better here. That's a little bit better. I mean, that's more of the color of it. It's not so dark. It's a lighter Oh, that's perfect right there. But it's really pretty, and it's got some pink on it. Really pretty. So I think that is going to be beautiful. And the silks, I'm going to try and hold them in this bag so that you can see them better. Because it's hard to hold all these rolls of silks up. So these are the silks. They're so pretty. Dark blue, light blue, dark purple, light purple, dark green, light green. There's a copper and a red color. I have never stitched with these before, but I'm really looking forward to trying stitching with one strand of silks. I'm trying to do this to where you can see. I don't know if this is going to work. Probably will not, but there we go. I'm trying. There we go. They are so pretty. So pretty. And this one is the only color that I was worried about because I thought it would be close. I mean, it is kind of sort of close, but it's this pink modeling, I think, will help it stand out more. So that is that. So it's the Rosa Sugars SAL, I think, is the hashtag that we're going to use. We will put it down below as soon as we figure out our start date. So I do think that Laura said her silks had made it through customs and it was on its way. So hopefully we'll be able to start it soon. It's going to take everything within me not to start that one early because it is so colorful and it's so pretty and it's not a humongous sampler. So yeah, I'm excited about it. But that is pretty much it. I'm just gonna yak a little bit, but Chris had done the pears. I forget who the designer is. It's the Americana Patriotic Pears, and she done them on different counts of fabric, and so it made the pears be different sizes. They were absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. I think she has them on her last one or two before Flosstube. You'll have to go over and check those out. I'll try to link the video down below. And then Laura has been stitching on long dog samplers. Beautiful. She's fixing to start one for her birthday. And I still may jump on that bandwagon. I've been wanting to start one, but y'all, them things are no joke. They're humongous. But that is that. As for plans, every time I make plans, I don't stick to them, so why do I make them? I want to get these little patriotic ones done, and I don't know why I'm so hot and heavy on the Stitch West piece, because it technically does not have to be done until November, but it's just calling to me. And I'm trying to keep up with a SAL for once. So Barnyard Christmas, I'm trying to keep caught up. Also trying to get my memorabilia done. Y'all, they ain't enough time in the day. I have figured out that I know what I was supposed to do for a career. I was supposed to be a retired person and just sit and stitch. I know that obviously that's not all that retired folks do, but that sounds really good and I wish I could do it. But anyway, I'm not there yet. One of these days. Anyway, I do know Fat Quarter Shop had a new portfolio or folio cross stitch folder up. I watched the tutorial. I've never made a folio before, but I have got so many fat quarters of fabric, and I have got so much of the clear vinyl. I have got so many zippers. I'm going to sit down and make some folios. I really have got to where I love the bags. And if someone has sewed me a bag and given me a bag, they are very precious to me. I have got one that someone gave me from StitchCon. Jandy gave me one at Stitch West. Some friends have gave me some, and I cherish those project bags. It is because that person gave it to me. But the ones I bought for myself or just that I've made, it's just like, it's a bag, right? But I think I really enjoy a folio. Terry Johnson, when we went to StitchCon, she had made us, I've showed it before, but she made us this folio. I don't know if it was intended to be just for a table or what, but this is my working surface when I cross stitch. When I sit down in my chair, when I sit down in my car, when I sit down at a table, it folds up like this and it snaps. And her sewing is gorgeous. I mean, there is not a missed stitch. I mean, she stitched in the ditch on this. I mean, it is beautiful, beautiful work she done. But I love it because there's a little pocket here. This is hard to do. There's a little pocket here, and so I keep little baggies of, like, there's buttons for projects. My little orts is in a baggie. Thread, that I use. I've got a scissor fob my aunt gave me. Extra scissors are on here. My thread bed, I've got all my needles over here. Extra needles. I've got my pen. I've got my clippies on here. I've got a needle minder that holds these scissors. And I love this thing. I don't know. I have fell in love with this being out and open, and everything is just right there. Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 working needles here. I have a pen. I've got a beading needle. I mean, it's just awesome. And then on each side, there's a pocket. So I've got little patterns that I've finished or notes or whatever. So with me, this is the one cross stitch tool that I use daily. That and my little stand. I use it daily. So I think I want to put projects in folios so that when I sit down and I open it up, I love, if I have DMC, I can't stand unwinding it, cutting it, putting it on floss drop. But I like to be able to cut a length and wind it up and stick it on a thread bed. And it would be nice if I could do that for each project specifically and then just fold it up like this and that all be secure. So, yes. So Terry did a phenomenal job on making me that. Her and Cindy, different Cindy from the Cindy from Stitch West. This was Cindy from Candy, not Cindy, Candy. I think that's right. My brain, y'all. Anyway, they have a cross-stitch shop and a quilting shop in Texas. And I think it's Hoops and Needles or Needles and Hoops. Go check them out. But if you want to see if Terry will make you one, go tell her I sent you over there. Because I don't know if she makes them and sells them. But she gave us all one at our table. And I love it. Long story. My point is I'm going to make some folios. I also have one thing that I don't like is a bag is really tall, and if the stuff is put in it and you try to stand it up, it wants to flop over. And these can stand up, so I have a cabinet with these can stand up and not fall over. So I think it will keep my whips a little bit neater. And then putting them in a themed folio would help me know what was in each project at a glance besides these. I've got these on there, but it's got the project label. But I got to find something else to do because apparently I don't have enough to do as it is. So that's that. My other thing is I no longer have a home office. Do not need, this is my office / stitching room. So I'm going to move all of my office stuff out. I don't need it. And this will be just my stitching room, my quilting and stitching room. So I got to get that done too. Where I'm going to find all this time, I'm not quite sure. I'll let you know. But that's all I got. What do I have coming up? The month of June is fairly uneventful, which I'm okay with. I do not like summer. I do not like the heat. We have been putting in a bigger pool, so we've got to finish doing that. And I figure we're just going to be here using the pool this summer, possibly taking another camping trip. We'll see. I don't know. We've got to get a newer camper with multiple slide outs because our family of 5 is really cramped in our 30-foot one we have now. So I don't know. We'll figure that out. But so either staying home and just swimming or taking a camping trip. We'll see. And then July, don't have a lot planned away from home. I've got a couple of, like, there's a jazz event that I'm planning, a summer splash party that I'm planning in the first part of July, and then I've just got the stitching stitching retreat. It's a 2-day stitching retreat in South Carolina. The end of July. August, I'm so excited. We're planning an event with where I work to do a runway event. It's going to be so much fun. I've got to design outfits for the era of the 40s. So it's going to be so much fun, y'all. I did go see The Devil Wears Prada 2. I had never watched it. There was a lot of conversation that I had just seen around about it coming out. And oddly enough, I'd never even watched the first one. So me and hubby sit down and watched The Devil Wears Prada, the first one. And it was so good. And I was like, I think there's a second one. So we got to looking and it was still in movie theaters. He says, you're going to have to wait a couple of months to see it. I said, I'll be dogged. So we went on a date night and he went with me to see The Devil Wears Prada 2. So it was a lot of fun. What else? We've just been watching movies. Last weekend, we just sat at home. It was Memorial Day weekend. 2 of the 3 days, we sat at home and couch rotted, recliner rotted, whatever. I stitched all weekend. We watched back to back movies. And then on Monday, which was Memorial Day, we went out. My son had found a truck that he wanted to buy, and we drove there to purchase it. And before we got there, another woman had got there, and she purchased the vehicle. My son was so heartbroken. But we drove all over creation that day looking at vehicles, and we ended up finding his dream truck and got it all lined up. Went back. My husband, my parents, him, my other kids went with him to pick up the truck that Tuesday. The next day I had to work. So he got his vehicle, and it's so fun to watch your kids grow up. I mean, I have cried during different stages because I have loved being a mom. I've loved doing fun things with my kids. I've loved planning things with my kids. And he's 19, so seeing him have that transition of finding, like, he knows exactly what he wants, and he don't settle. And so he knows exactly what he wanted in a girlfriend. Like, he's very responsible. We have conversations about money that, as a financial advisor, I could not have with a lot of grown adults. I am so proud of my son. I love him to death. I love all my boys. But just seeing him go through these phases of life of, you know, buying his vehicle and getting an inspection in his own car for the first time, and going and learning how to get a tag for his vehicle for the first time, and getting his own insurance policy, and just, I don't know. It's a blessing to be able to get to do that with them as they grow up. And then he and I went out to lunch one day. I've not ever eat that much Chinese, and he has fell in love with a buffet locally. And so he's like, Mom, please go. You got to try it and eat sushi. And I have eat maybe 1 or 2 things sushi related, like California roll or something. He's like, Mom, it is so good. Please come try it. So I went with him one day at lunch, and I put sushi on my plate and I was scared to eat it. And he's like, Mom, just do it. So I ate it and I was fine. I lived to tell about it. The food was good, and so I really do think that I like Chinese now. So, but it was so sweet. He bought my dinner. Just a good kid. And then he texted me yesterday, and he's like, Mom, you got a surprise in the top of the refrigerator when you get home. And I was like, what did he get me? Because he don't ever think to get me gifts of any sort. And I love Reese cups. And he had me a Reese cup in the refrigerator on the top shelf. It was so sweet. I know y'all come to hear about my cross stitch, but I can't help it. That's about all I've been doing is being a mom for the last 2 weeks. But anyway, it's been good. That's all my babbling that I can think to talk about. I'm just going to sit here today and stitch the day away and stitch tomorrow away and watch more floss tubes and just have a good old weekend. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you're getting tons of stitching done. I know a lot of you guys watch the videos and not a lot of folks comment. I would love to hear from you down below something. Stop by and say hi. It makes my day when you guys do that. So for those of you that always come and visit and talk and share with me, I don't take you for granted. So thank you very much for coming and watching my floss tube and being on this journey with me. So until the next time, if I'm lucky, you might get one next week. And if not, I'll be back in 2 weeks. We'll just see how it flows. How's that work? All right, guys. Bye for now.